Okay, so let's apply some laws of indices here. Welcome to Kids, our private tuition. To simplify those expressions, given the first expression says 3 to the power of minus 2. So when you have a negative power, you say 3 to the power of 2. The inverse of this, which is 1 over 3, but raised now to the power of 2. So the negative 2 becomes a positive 2. So 3 to the power of 2, you know that it simply means 1 over 3 by 3, and that is equal to 1 over 9. So it simplifies to that. Let's look at the second example there. That would be your 4x all raised to the power of 3 times your 2x raised to the power of 2. So you need to understand that this power outside the bracket affects everything inside the bracket. So that's your 4 raised to the power of 3. It will be your 4 times 4 times 4. What do you get? 4 by 4, that's a 16. 16 by 4. Let's see what we get. 4 by 6, that's a 24. 4 get it 2. 4 by 1, that's a 4 plus 2, 64. So we are saying this simplifies to 64. Okay, it simplifies to a 64 x cubed now times your 2x squared. So we can still simplify 64 and 2. 64 by 2, 64. Here by 2, 8, 12, so 128. So we have a 128. Finally, x. Now, these powers, what are we going to do? If we are multiplying, we add 3 plus 2. So that would be 128 x to the power of 5. So that would be our final answer there. So let's proceed to the next one. Let's proceed to the next one there. On the paper, that would be your 27 to the power 2 over 3. And let's try that. 27 to the power of 2 over 3. So let's get rid of this fractional power. We don't want fractions, so that becomes, so our 3 becomes the root. So introduce this cube root of 27 all raised to the power of 2. Remember, we say this expression can also be written as cube root of 27 raised to the power of 2. So what you do in this case is you have to raise 27 to the power of 2 first and then find the cube root of that number. But you realize that when you say 27 to the power of 2, you get a large number, so it's going to be a large number. So you don't want to work with these large numbers. Instead, what you want to do is find the cube root of 27, which is going to be a smaller number, and then square it. So this one is a better expression. So the cube root of 27 will be how much? Is it a 2? Is it a 3? 3 by 3. That's a 9 by 3. That's 27. So that's your cube root. It's a 3. So cube root of 27 simplifies to 3. Now raised to the power of 2, so that would be equal to 9. Okay, so that is what we have there in our answers. Number 4, let's see how do we simplify number 4 there. That's written as 1. Okay, let's do this. 1 and 9 over 16, or raised to the power of what? Negative 3 over 2. So let's deal with the bracket first. Let's remove this mixed number. 16 by 1, that's a 16. 16 plus 9, we get a 25 over 16. All raised to the power of what? Negative 3 over 2. Now, let's get rid of the negative power. So what we do is we simply invert this. It becomes a 16 over 25 raised to the power of 3 over 2. Now, let's get rid of the fraction in the power. This is equal to square root. So it's a 2 square root of 16 over square root of 25, all raised to the power of 3 square root of 16. So we know this is a 4 square root of 25. Square root of 16 is a 4. Square root of 25 is a 5. All raised to the power of 3, right? So 4 times 4 times 4, that would be 4 by 3. 5 times 5 times 5. So you're going to get 4 by 4, that's a 16. 16 by 4, you get your 64 as before. over your 5 by 5, that's 25, 25 by 5, you get your 125. So this is how you need to simplify this expression. So I'll challenge you to proceed with what we are doing. Let's do one more and see if we are able to do that. I wanted to do this in exactly 6 minutes. Let's see. 0.216 here raised to the power of negative 2 over 3. Let's deal with this first. So that becomes the fraction 216 over 1 followed by how many zeros? 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. All raised to a negative power of 2 over 3. Let's get rid of the negative power. We invert that. 1000 over 216. Now to the power of 2 over 3. Let's get rid of the fraction in the power. It becomes cube root of 1000 over cube root of 216. Cube root here. Remember, all raised to the power of 2. So you can simplify this on your own, and I'll meet you in the next video where we continue with these simplifications.